Welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Reba here. I got a box from the Olive City capital, or I know some people are calling it the Olive City, but I know it does say that on some of the signs around town. But we grew up knowing it as the olive capital of the world because once there was so many olives planted in our town that we actually had the most olive production in the entire world for at least a while. I don't know if it still is doing that, but yes. Okay, don't mind my hobbit feet, okay? All right. So I'm out here and I got my package from my niece who lives in the olive capital of the world, aka Olive City. And so we're going to go ahead and open it. Hopefully I didn't show the address. And it looks like there is some wetness here. And she's got them all labeled and everything for me. So we've got fruit from tree number 1. All right. She picked me some figs from one of the trees there. So these are some figs from tree number 1. And then she also got me some cuttings from it. So she's got those in another thing. So let's see here. Tree number 1. Let's go ahead and we'll just do this on camera. That one looks quite ripe. Might be spoiling right down there. So let's go ahead and cut one of these babies open. And it looks like they vary in size from kind of small to about golf size, ball size kind of right here. So these these ones aren't quite ripe. This one looks the ripest. I might eat the bottom half of that one. We'll go ahead and cut them open and just see how they look. Then I'll put them back into the bag once we do a quick little taste testing on these. So she did get me cuttings of them. So she's got cuttings in tree number 2. So there's going to be another cutting down here of tree number, the other one. So I'll be getting those all prepped and ready for going into some soil too, because I can still root them this time of year in the greenhouse right here. And so yes, I'm excited. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these fruits up close. I'll get pictures too, so I'll be back with you momentarily. Okay, you guys, now I'm back with you guys. Let's move the baggie out of the way. I do have my water here I was using it to drink with, but then I ended up using it to wash the fruit, and it kind of got everything a little bit wet here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this one has began to ferment. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to cut off the bottom half. Now I'll go ahead and post pictures of these on my Facebook account. Maybe I'll put them into the YouTube group page that I have. Can't remember if it's a group or if it's just a page like that people can follow. So I think I want to go ahead and post those over there in my on my page on Facebook, and possibly even on my other one. But this one had begun to ferment. I'm just going to stick my tongue on it. I'm not going to take the bite, just in case it has completely begun to spoil. Chances are very high that it is, because it was smelling pretty fermenty. Well, bottom half doesn't taste bad. Oh, wow. And now I'm getting, this is not the same flavor as my Ronde de Bordeaux and my Violet de Bordeaux. Ooh, I like these. That's yummy. Okay. The bottom half of the fig is all right. The top half began to spoil and ferment, but it kind of looks like this, guys, so you guys can really see how it looks. Really beautiful, very juicy. You kind of see the skin. These are out of Olive City, California. Oh no, I just said well, I said the state. We're good. We know it's from California. Okay. The town isn't actually called Olive City. But oh my goodness. Beautiful. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, and I'm loving the color on this one the most, you guys. Check that out. Looks like little hearts. in there growing. I know that this variety is being sold by another person, and I just didn't have to pay those big giant bucks for it. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is that? It actually looks like a little spade if you look at it this way. If you turn it the other way, it kind of looks like a little heart in there, like a little gift right from the heart. Okay, let's give this one a try. The skin is a little bit firmer. It's not as soft, so I don't think it's going to be as ripe, but let's just see what this one tastes like. I'm saving my husband some tastes of these as well, you guys. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. Oh. Oh, man. Okay, so when they say that there's berry flavored figs, I am now beginning to believe it. The skin actually kind of reminds me of a honeydew. The green part at this stage reminds me of honeydew. So that's the melon part. The inside, I gotta taste it again, you guys. I'm sorry. It's like, I can kind of taste like watermelon. And then like a berry of some sort. Let me taste it again. Oh my goodness. I can't even wrap my mind around it because it does not have that figgy flavor that my Ronde de Bordeaux had, or my Violet de Bordeaux. It doesn't have that same figgy flavor. Oh my gosh. I think the white ones might be my favorite, you guys. Sorry about the slurp. I can't help it. I'm wanting to say a combination of mulberry mixed with strawberry mixed with raspberry, because there's a little bit of acidity there, but it's its own real flavor. Oh my goodness, there's like so many things happening in my mouth right now. Whew. This is awesome. Okay. It reminds me of mulberry the most. When I ate it with the skin, it reminds me of a mulberry flavor because it's kind of got that same seed crunch too. I'm wanting to say the red mulberries, or okay, you know when a mulberry is ripening and it's in that in between stage, you guys, of turning from the reddish color into the darker purple color for the darker colored mulberries. That's kind of what this tastes like, and it's almost the same color as what it would be for that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna eat the rest. So the melon part that's coming in is from the skin. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is from tree number 1, and she got me cuttings of it. So those ones are here. I told her not to get no more than 5, so we'll see how many my niece sent me. Oh, these are some nice cuttings. So it looks like she got me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exactly. Oh, wow. And she put some moisture down there on them so that they would be still moist. And oh my goodness, I cannot wait. Oh, wow. Okay. So there's a little bit of a leaf here, but they made the trip very nicely, even over the weekend, even through Labor Day. Would have been here a day sooner had we not had the holiday, but everything made it okay. Okay, so that's tree number 1. Okay, I'll be right back, and I'll have the tree number 2 fruit, and I'll go ahead and pull out the cuttings so it's all ready to go. All right, so the fruit from fruit number 3 didn't fare as well. But this one is a little bit better shape, but it still has begun to ferment. You can see that it started to split, but it's kind of got a little bit more yellowy skin. The first one has a little bit more of a greener skin. And so I'm going to cut this open, just stick my tongue on it, Not gonna take a bite of it if it tastes spoiled throughout, but I can generally tell just by just poking it. And then this one is pretty firm, so I'm not quite sure. This one, we'll just see what it kind of looks like, but as you can see, it has begun to turn a little bit more yellow. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get some shots of this too. I will be blending these up and picking out the viable seeds because the fig wasp is in Northern California. So I'm going to do separate pots with me just trying to get seedlings out of these, just for the sake of science and fun. And we'll just have fun with it, you guys. So, all right, let me cut these back and I'll be back momentarily. All right, so this is how these ones are looking. All right, now this one is really not quite ripe. The seeds look beautiful. They look very well formed in here. So that's cool. I might scrape a few of those seeds off to the side. This one is very, very fermenty looking. So I'm not sure, you guys. But it's very pretty. It's very, the skin is a much yellower style, I guess, of skin. But let me just put my tongue on it. But I have a feeling this one's not going to be edible. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. This side, let's see. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to get sick. So this one's going to go in the blender too, but you guys can just kind of see how it looks. This one, I'm not going to get photos of this one. I'll just look back at my videos for reference. These ones aren't quite ready. This one is not quite ready, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste now. So I'm going to take this side, is a little bit bigger, and let's see, the eye is right there on that side, so it was forming a little bit oblong. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a little bit of a taste here and just see how it fares. So these ones are from tree number 2, and I totally forgot to pull the other cuttings out. So let's give this one a taste. Yeah, that's about all I could do. It's just not ready. But what I could get out of it was pretty good. I might cook this one to make it a little bit more tender. So I'll give that a shot and see how it tastes after I cook it. And then maybe I'll bring you guys back for that. Maybe I'll put a little bit of honey or something on it. Well, that'll enhance it, right? So, and this one, my niece got me, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. And so there's a little bit of a leaf right there. So excited. So I'm going to get these all put into stuff. Now that's for tree number 2. And then she also sent me fruit from her. She's Coulter's Figgy Fruit. So we would know that these ones are from her. And again, these ones are kind of on the greenish side. This was one that's a little bit more ripe looking. Here, let me put this down and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so this is how they're looking. These ones also had begun to ferment a little bit in the shipping. They are looking pretty though. This one is still, it's just starting to go bad at the top here, but the bottom section is pretty good. They have this red ribbing on it. I'm going to get pictures here in a moment before I cut them. That's how the eye looks. These ones can get as big as, it looks like pretty close to golf ball size. Here's a white colored one. It is a little bit soft, I can feel. This one might be okay. This one's a lot softer than that last one that I just tried. There's the eye. So my sister was telling me that the tree up top above has more white ones, kind of like a Adriatic style. And then the bottom section on the little sections have the figs that are more like like this that have the red in them. So I don't know, maybe my niece has got some seedlings at the base of her tree, possibly. It's very, very possible. This one's a little bit bad. This side feels good. And then it kind of has that olive color, like when you're curing your olives for the green olives. And this one was pretty bad at that section there, but on this side here it's not as bad, so we'll see. I might need to just cut off a section of it. So I will be right back with you guys, and I will get some pictures of the insides of these. Alright, so I'm back. I cut off as much as I could of the bad portions and scooted them to that side. Anyways, so this is off of the fig tree at my niece's house. The ones that she sent me cuttings for, the one that she told me to go ahead and give it a name, since I'm growing it up here in the Pacific Northwest, to try to find out whether or not it's a common fig or not. And so she said, since I'm up here doing the growing out and had all this interest in the fig to begin with, she said, go ahead and give it a name. Now, I am adding the unk to it because it may or may not be a seedling. And so just to, save face, just to make sure that we're not, giving something a name that already has a name. So it's unk, or unknown, which the UNK stands for, unknown, Olive City Gem. And it surely did look like a little gem. I wish that they would have held up just a little bit better to the travel. But we really got kind of an idea of what it looks like. It does get that more of a reddish hue to the outside of the skins with the green tones underneath of it. And it looked really, really well. So this one here, it looks like it's just begun to ferment just at the top there. And so yeah, we're going to go ahead and give them a taste. I think I'm going to start with this one because there's a little bit less. Let's start down here at the eye, and we'll give this a taste test just to see how this tastes. All right, here it goes, you guys. Tastes really, really good. Nothing like the first one off of the tree number 1. It's got like, wow. Let me taste it again. Kind of tastes a little bit like, not of a sweet of a date, kind of like a raisin mixed with date. I can get a little bit of caramel with this one, like a brown sugar caramel. Oh, that's good. I'll let you guys see what it looks like here. Oh, that's nice. It has a little bit richer of a flavor than tree number 1. And as I wasn't able to really tell what tree number 2 really tasted like, but I would imagine that one's pretty good too. But this one has kind of like brown sugar, a caramely flavor to it. Let me give this a try again. There's a hint of figginess to it, like that figgy flavor that you generally get. It is good. Let's try another one. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one for my husband to try. I'm gonna try this one now. I'm gonna leave this one. I'm gonna take this one that's got a little bit more of the at the top where it's began to spoil just a tiny bit. I'm gonna do this one here. Yeah. Really good. Kind of like brown sugar, a little bit of a date flavor to it, which kind of goes into like the almost like not really a raisin, but more of a date flavor, but not like fully. So there's some berry mixed in there too. I'm not Let me see. I'm not quite sure which berry to really compare it with. Definitely not blueberry. That one's for sure not. Maybe like, I'm not sure. I keep going to like mulberry, like a white mulberry. You know how the white mulberries kind of have that little bit of sweetness there to them, kind of like a, yeah, kind of like a white mulberry flavor to it. The figs kind of remind me a lot like mulberries. And it's not surprising that I'm going to a mulberry because mulberries and figs are, I believe, from the same family. They both have the white pith in the middle of them, and they both can root pretty easily. I didn't have very much luck with the dwarf mulberries that I got cuttings from this year, but they can root. So this is good. Yeah, a much more rich, more richness to this one than the fig number one. Let me go ahead and give this one a try. And then I got these other little bits here. I'll see what those taste like too. They all taste the same so far. No real difference. This one's just a little bit less ripe. There's a good sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. But really good. Very rich flavor. This one's really not spoiled at all. It's just really soft at the top. Let's give this one a shot. This was one of the ones that was a little bit more fermented. Yeah, it's a little bit too much fermented. But let's see this one here. All pretty much the same flavor. Very rich flavored fig. I'm getting like after notes of like watermelon now. As it lingers, like summertime watermelon, right when you get to the edge of the watermelon where the rind is, kind of. Yeah. Like a white mulberry with that honey essence to it, and a lingering of watermelon flavor to it, you guys. Oh, wow. Okay, let's try this one. This one was more green. It came off of her fig tree as well. I don't know if it came from up top. It was a little bit soft. I'm just going to give it a squish here so I can kind of just see, because I have a feeling that it's going to be a little bit. Okay, let's give this one a try. This one's a little bit less ripe. Maybe from lower or from the main portion of the tree, possibly, that has the leaves look a little bit more like the white Adriatic or 80. Oh my goodness, I can't talk all of a sudden again. Adriatic. There we go. The leaf shape's a little bit more like the white Adriatic leaf shape. So let's go ahead and give this one a look. Kind of looks like a watermelon. It's got a really nice, refreshing flavor. This one here, not the same as these ones down here. These ones all taste way different. The richness quite isn't with this one here, but it's still very, very good. It's got just a hint of figginess to it. And the skin, it has a little bit more of that same flavor as tree number one. Let's give it another try. Getting a little bit of that white mulberry flavor to it again. Not quite as much. The first fig that I tried had more of that reddish to purple colored mulberry flavor to it. This one has more of the white mulberry, they do have different flavors to those particular berries. So if I would say, if I'm going berry wise, that's kind of where I'm going with some of these a little bit more than others. This was very, very red. It's very beautiful. It's not too syrupy. I'm not sure which portion of the tree this one came from. I'll have to ask my niece. But yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna eat the rest of this now. Very good. Yep. And this one has more of the melon taste to it from the skins, and then the inside is more of a fresh white mulberry flavor, and yeah, I get that lingering, a little bit of a watermelon flavor, just a tiny bit, but this one was more brown sugar, caramel, very rich, very sweet, so good. I'm going to give this one another taste. Oh my goodness. No question. Hands down, way better than tree number 1 or tree number 2 in complexity of the flavor tones and notes coming out of it. Of course, tree number 2, I couldn't really give a really great taste analysis of it. But this one, oh man, okay, so I wasn't really able to do Ronde de Bordeaux or Violet de Bordeaux justice, you guys, on the flavor profiles, because it just reminded me of the figgy flavors. All right, so I don't know where that cut off, but I would have to say that the Olive City Gem is by far way better in taste and flavor profile. You got that brown sugar mixed with a little bit of a excuse me, a little bit of choking on a seed, you guys, okay? A little bit of a brown sugar, there's like a creamy, like a cream almost to it as well. Very, very rich. It's got a really great sweetness to it. It's a very beautiful, beautiful fig. I don't know how it's going to grow up here in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know if it's going to have the same flavor profiles, because we do not have the fig wasp up here in the Pacific Northwest. And so we're just waiting to see how it's going to grow out, you guys. I'm super duper excited for this. And it had that lingering watermelon flavor to it as well. After it just kind of, the flavors of this one here just really linger on your tongue. This one here that my niece sent, that's more green, that one didn't, the flavor just didn't linger as well or the same way. So I am going to ask her for sure if that came from the portion of the tree that's higher and taller, or if it came from the portions that grow up every year from the base of her tree. Because that's a lot of these ones come from the base of her tree. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go back and look at this video after I've spliced all of the sections together, so that I can really write down these flavor profiles that I was experiencing. I wouldn't say it tastes like a raisin. It doesn't taste like a raisin. It's more of like that brown sugar flavor from a date that you get. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I am so glad that I got this particular fig from my niece. Now, just so that you guys are aware, there's probably going to be another person doing a video on this particular fig variety, and they're going to come in and like probably do an interview with my niece and that sort of thing. So don't be alarmed by that. I know that this is going to take place. In fact, I told the person to go ahead and do it, and him and his family are go out and find a bunch of figs in California too. And so I just really, I really like to support people, and I just think it's really amazing that there's other people out there, since I'm not going to be able to go down to California anytime soon to do it, which I had hoped to do back in July. I had hoped to be down there, but circumstances, because of everything that's going on right now, we weren't able to go down there and do the video with my niece on this particular fig tree. And I said, go ahead and do the video, because to me it's not about dollar signs. For me, it's all about documentation, because what is in one spot may not be in that spot later on. And with all the wildfires that are going on in Northern California and throughout California, I am sure there's going to be a lot of loss to some of the wild fig varieties that are just spread out all over California, you guys. We almost lost the one that was in the Black Mission that was in Whiskey Town from the Carr fire, and thus they are naming that one Carr fire, or Carr fig. And so, I mean, I grew up in that area too. I went to college up there in Redding area, and so like Anderson, Cottonwood, Red Bluff, Corning, Chico, all those surrounding cities. I grew up in that area. I drove all over the place. I had family living all over in all those areas. And I still do have a lot of family in Redding, and up in the mountains in Northern California. I have a lot of family in the Corning area. A lot of family in the Corning area, actually. And a lot of family just spread out all over the place. And so it's really, really, really great that we're able to maybe spread these figs around so that they are out there still, because with the fires are going to come through and they're going to wipe out some of these trees, and not all of them are going to be as lucky as the Carr fig, where the majority of it survived. Some of the smaller trees may not survive the fires. So let's just keep on going, you guys. Keep on spreading the word. I cannot wait to share these figs, this fig variety with people. I've got a couple people, at least 2 people that I know of, who are already on the waiting list for me to find out if this is common or not. And at which case, if we find out that it is common, then we're going to start spreading this fig, because it is pretty darn amazing. So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Click that bell button. As always, have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye.